Now, for those listening in the audience, Cousin Boomer, have you ever pooped in someone's bed?
Other than my own, no.
Why not?
Um, I do. Most bathrooms or most bedrooms have a bathroom near them. I don't poop in people's beds.
And the reason is because you don't do that!
Because my name's not Amber Heard.
Welcome back, everybody.
Awkward silence. Amber Heard pooped in somebody's bed.
Yes. Welcome back, all boomerites and Muppets and anybody else out there who has a problem with your significant other defecating in someone's bed. Is that the word for crapping? Defecating?
Defecating. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure.
Getting rid of the feces.
I don't have a rich vocabulary.
That's fine. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So, before we get into that, what's been going on with you, Matt?
Went to a wedding this weekend. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, you were in Tampa, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in Tampa. Real good friend of mine got married. I was the flower man in the wedding.
The flower man.
I was the flower man. I threw flower petals like a boss. It was great. I looked like a complete idiot because they actually. I had a whole thing planned for my song, and the day of the wedding, the groom texts me. It's like, "Hey, the DJ
I just crapped in your bed."
Yeah, he crapped in my bed. The DJ and I decided that this song would be better, so he changed my song for the dance the day of the wedding. So I had to scramble and try to figure out the song and all this. It was a train wreck, but you know what? It took the tension off the wedding, and that was like the main goal, and people loved it because I wore my cowboy hat and I had a fanny pack and I got the ridiculous mustache that I have. It was a look. Let me tell you, it was a look. I'll send you the video.
It was a look that got you a lot of looks. That's what it sounds like.
A look that got me a lot of looks. I'll text you the video after the recording. It's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I just got back from the Florida Keys, so that was nice. It was me and the Queen,
nice,
and a few other people that you know. We stayed in Isla Morada.
Any particular reason y'all went there?
A couple of the girls planned it like about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was 2 guys, 3 girls, and a lot of fun.
Heck yeah, dude!
We fed some tarpon at this place. I'm probably gonna put up a couple videos on that.
I like doing that.
None of us got like our whole arm in there though, but like,
yeah.
I guess a couple of the girls got nipped. It was kind of funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I had been texting you all day, seeing if you knew anything about this Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial, which is, like, the best thing on the internet in a very long time.
For a guy who records a podcast, I am woefully unaware of world events that go on. I feel like I should probably pay more attention to things so I can be more versed for the podcast. But
you and me both, dude.
Yeah. I saw that she I was reading up on it before this podcast started, and it her logic in it is insane. She blamed it on her dogs. And I don't know if you know, she quote from this article. She brought up the fecal matter on the bed. She tried to blame it on the dogs, but
okay, yeah.
But
now I know what you're talking about.
But the best part is Amber Heard's dogs are Yorkies. Like they can't physically poop that much.
What kind of a dog is it? Is it one of those little munchkin dogs?
They're they're little teacup dogs. You know, they're little poof dogs. You know what I mean? Like
you can hold it in your hand, basically.
Imagine a more bougie Chihuahua. That's a Yorkie. Yeah, they're each dog
Chihuahuas are evil.
Each dog's 4 pounds. Like they're tiny dogs. They
Yeah.
poop like rabbits. Like they don't make human.
Well, this
sized.
definitely wasn't rabbit poop. That's for damn sure.
Apparently, she ate Taco Bell. Apparently, according to Johnny Depp, she ate Taco Bell. Or I don't know if that was a meme. I really hope that was actually
that was too solid for Taco Bell.
Yeah,
she might be lying about that too.
Yeah, they got in an argument or something, and she went in their bed and she took a hot shit in their bed. Like, oh, pardon my language. Sorry.
That's okay. That's
monetized. Okay. It's one of those curse words that has to slide by. But
yeah, I mean, I can get you can get away with like a few, but like no, like major stuff.
If Robert Downey Jr. can curse in his Avengers movie, I can curse on this podcast. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, this stuff is getting a little out of hand, I would say.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Me and Queen Boomer have been watching this non-stop.
Like I thought this Chris Rock Will Smith stuff was bad. Like this is just sad. Like I feel so bad for Johnny Depp. I'm a big Johnny Depp guy. Like I'm a huge. If you know my friend,
so is the Queen.
You know me and Trevor. Like we're like huge Pirates of the Caribbean fans. I love pirate stuff. Like Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow is like one of my favorite movie castings of like any casting of any movie genre. I think like Johnny Depp is like so synonymous with that pirate stuff. Like it fits him perfectly, and like all this stuff going around about him, it's just so sad, man. That's so sad. Yeah. I'm a big Johnny Depp guy. Can't tell. And Amber Heard can pick one and suck it. So, yeah, I don't like Amber Heard. I didn't like her. She's not even.
I don't think anybody does. No, I don't. I've never met one person that is like, I think Amber Heard's getting a bad deal on this.
She's not even a good actress. Have you seen her in Aquaman? She's bad.
I saw that movie once.
I think they wrote her out of the second one.
I thought it was but she didn't impress me one bit.
Had its moments.
I've seen her in a couple other things though, and like, yeah, she's just she's basically just eye candy.
Yeah, it's a little unimpressive to say the least, and like she is a pretty forgettable actress, I think.
Yeah, well, she's going to be infamous soon. I mean, she already is.
I was about to say she already is for being a husband beater. If you're, if you're on that side of this, I don't know. I think it all sounds. Her story has changed. I mean, if we're getting into this, I can get into this. Like, her story has changed so many times. Like all these little like minute details that like eventually add up. She's changed her story so many times, and not to mention, her lawyers are awful at their job. They are terrible lawyers.
Mr. Rottenborn.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Could you read that again for me, Mr. Rottenborn?
Could you read that again for me?
I love how like calm Johnny is in the whole thing. And he's like, the first thing that comes out of his mouth. Good morning, Mr. Rottenborn. That's the perfect name for a bad lawyer.
my favorite one that I've seen so far, like out of those proceedings, was there was one point where the lawyer's like, we're going to jump forward in time for a bit. And Johnny Depp just goes, oh, I can feel it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so great, dude.
It's like, it's comedy gold, like having him on the stand.
Oh, I can feel it.
And in the morning you poured yourself a mega pint. He just goes,
a mega pint?
A mega pint? Really?
What's a mega pint? Just say a pint, dude.
Did you see that video that he was referring to with the mega pint though?
No.
He was
like I said, I'm woefully unversed in current events.
They showed a video in court, and it was I believe it was the defense's God, I can't talk again. The defense's video that they presented, and it was a video where Amber like secretly recorded Johnny, and he was in the kitchen and he started like throwing smacking the cabinets around and throwing glasses like into the sink. He was obviously really upset. And then
Yeah.
Amber says something like, Johnny, stop acting crazy. And then Johnny goes, you know what? I'll show you crazy. And then he pours a wine glass that was like the biggest. It looked like he was pouring. He was making like a handle of of vodka with wine inside of it.
Yeah.
And then he just picks it up and walks away. So that's what he was referring to with the mega pint.
Wow.
But the funny part afterwards was like the Amber Heard's lawyers were like, Mr. Depp, can you tell us what was going on in that video? And he was like, well, as you can see, I was assaulting the cabinets.
Wow.
Like he does. I mean, he's obviously does care because he's the one suing her, and that's
Yeah.
the whole reason why they're in the court. But like, he does not care. It seems like he doesn't care what kind of a person he comes off as in the whole thing. What was the other thing that really made me laugh? I'm trying to think of something else he said in those because they put together those snippets of him quote unquote being a savage.
Yeah.
But there was something else in there that had me dying laughing, but I can't remember what it is. It'll probably come back to me.
Yeah. There's a lot of good moments. Like, well, good, quote unquote. There's a lot of funny moments that are coming out of this because Johnny Depp, like, you could tell, like, I feel like Johnny Depp knows he's gonna win, so he's just kind of.
I don't know if he's gonna win. I'm not sure who's gonna win this because, I mean, basically the whole thing is he's suing her because of that article that she put out in the Washington Post in
Right.
2018, which says like how she pretty much explains how she survived domestic abuse. And it does not name Johnny Depp, but everyone knows who she's talking about.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually put his actual name in there. So, which is a hard one to sell.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think because these case, I mean, this is like a weird case. It's not like like a murder case or a theft case or like something like really criminal.
Right.
This is just like Johnny Depp suing her because she defamed his character in that one article. Forget everything else that happened,
Yeah,
but
he's suing her for libel,
yeah.
but then there's all this other stuff that's going on.
Yeah, and like oh, that was the other thing that it just popped in my head. Do you remember when? Did you see the part of the video where they're talking about Johnny drinking like lots of whiskey in the morning, and then he just goes, "Isn't happy hour anytime?"
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is
Man's a
gold.
savage.
But yeah, they've had all the other stuff. Like they played the video with Amber Heard screaming at Johnny, and he's like, "You punched me in the face," and she's like, "I didn't punch you. I was hitting you." Basically like admitting that she'd abused him in the
Yeah. I
clip.
didn't
There's
punch you.
there's
I
other
just-
things too.
I didn't punch you. I just smacked you with a closed fist. Like, like, come on, dude. You're literally admitting that you hit him in court.
And for
What are you
those of you
doing?
listening, like, I'm sorry, but because I've been getting a lot of sensitive people commenting on my videos in the past week and a half or something. And look, I'm one of those people. I laugh at anything and everything. Everything's fair game to laugh at because you know why? I don't take life too seriously. It's just me and Cousin Boomer discussing random stuff that we find interesting, and we're going to laugh about some of it. Okay?
Yeah.
So sorry, continue.
Oh, that was about it. I mean, this whole thing's kind of fucked. If you ask me, this whole thing is just like,
I'm having a blast watching it.
oh yeah, no, for sure. Like Johnny Depp, like for a guy who's suing his ex, if they're not officially married anymore, right?
No.
Okay, so yeah, for a guy suing his
I think
ex,
they've been divorced for like 5 or 6 years too, I believe.
for a guy who's for a guy who's like suing his ex-wife, his attitude is like pretty cavalier about the whole situation, and like, or at least it kind of seems that way when he's like bantering with her actually defective lawyer, and
Yeah.
like, I get it. You know, you got to do what you got to do with this whole lawsuit thing, but like the man's keeping, at least when he's not directly talking with Amber, I think things are going like he's actually got a pretty good attitude about it, which you kind of gotta. And this whole thing, she pooped in his bed, dude. Like, you gotta at least see the comedy in that. You know, you gotta at least see. You gotta look
My
at that and just be like, that is creative. You know,
my favorite meme that came out of this whole thing is it says Johnny, and he says, "No, no, Amber, don't poop in the bed." And then it says Amber, and then it's just a picture of Hulk Hogan
yeah, I saw that one.
with like his face all scrunched up like he's flexing.
I love it.
That's definitely that's my favorite meme of the year, no question.
Oh, that's all so great, dude.
The how do you feel? Because for me, like, even though I'm finding this so entertaining, I'm finding it very hard to, not in terms of like the alleged physical and mental abuse stuff, but in terms of like, I'm finding it hard to be sympathetic towards either of them at all, because these are two multi-millionaires
What did I?
who are squabbling over multiple millions of dollars. You know what I mean?
If I've said it once, I'll say it again. Most celebrities are out of touch millionaires that need to go outside and touch grass. Like,
Yep.
that being said, I love Johnny Depp. I've been a huge Johnny Depp fan forever. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. I love Tim Burton movies. I love Edward Scissorhands. I'm a big Johnny Depp guy. And I'm not a fan of Amber Heard. If you ask me to name two Amber Heard movies, I couldn't do it. I can only name Aquaman. Not a fan of Amber Heard. I don't think she's talented or anything like that. And not to stab at her directly like that, but you know, she's kind of a garbage person who poops in people's beds. So not a fan. I got to tell you,
Yeah.
not a fan.
Well, I've not been impressed by anything she's done in film.
As of late.
Like I said before, she's just eye candy. But I mean, you gotta admit, she's quite the eye candy. She is a very beautiful woman.
No, she is for sure.
But I can't see that anymore because she pooped in his frickin' bed.
Yeah, all I can think of is like, did she stand like is she?
Did you hear Johnny talking about it when he found it?
I remember he was saying like he just saw it and he just started laughing.
Yeah.
My
But
question,
he said it in that, like, that like really relaxed, like monotone voice. He was like, and I walked in the hotel room, and I notice on my side of the bed is what appeared to be human fecal matter, and the only thing I could really do was laugh.
you're a pretty good Johnny Depp, dude.
Because that's how he talks the whole time. I'm not even trying to do a Johnny Depp voice. It's just he did that little monotone, like, and I realized when I came to my senses, Amber was in the corner taping the entire argument. And I asked her what she was doing, and she said, documenting what's going on in our lives, because in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to go into your room and defecate on your side of the bed.
Jesus.
But anyway, yeah, she cray cray.
Yeah,
She
really
is definitely a whack job, but he's a whack job too. I mean, have you got a chance to like see any videos of them reading his text messages? He sounds like a lunatic himself.
I have not.
No, you got to check those out because those are the ones where I'm like, wow, this guy sounds like he should be in a loony bin too.
I mean,
but he like when he does when they they're out of touch. But when he like they do read the text messages he has, and then he talks about it, it's funny afterwards. Because he's kind of like doing that thing where he's like, "See, this is what I was dealing with, so you can't really take my text messages seriously, because that was the product of being in a relationship with this woman."
Honestly,
but the funniest one, by far the funniest one that I heard, and me and the Queen were actually watching this live when it happened, was he was texting someone in Amber's family. I believe it was like, I think it was her mother. He texted her mother, and then so he's texting Amber Heard's mom, and he says like a long like paragraph thing of like, "Hi, I just want to let you know you have the greatest daughter. She helps me tremendously, and I love her so much, and I love you guys. You guys are the best family that a husband could ask for, and I want you to know that I'm here for you, and Amber's always here for me, and everything's great." And then the very next text message that the guy reads is Johnny Depp saying, "She looks like a lesbian camp counselor."
Oh my god.
And I can't remember if he was talking about Amber or her mother, but it was so funny.
Jesus.
Queen Boomer literally fell out of the bed laughing so hard.
That's funny.
Like it was, but just to hear that and see it on, because this has all been on YouTube for us, but just to see that and hear it at the same time, and then like within 30 seconds of each other, like we lost our minds. It was one of the funniest things we've ever heard.
Yeah.
Not that we condone making fun of lesbians, but this is it was a hilarious insult, and if you can't find the humor in it, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, honestly, it was really funny.
It's a funny insult. I mean, come on. But anything else you know about this thing that you want to talk about?
I don't know. Not really.
No.
I'm a little behind on the times, as I've said.
I mean, I am too. I was just on vacation for a while, so I wasn't really paying attention. But we started getting news about the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial while we were in the Keys. So
right.
I kind of like right when it started. So we were like, "Oh crap, we got to get home eventually and start looking into this stuff."
Yeah.
Oh, and apparently, and there's all these famous people involved. Apparently, James Franco and Elon Musk are being called in to testify on Amber Heard's behalf.
Really?
But they are not required to come, and it looks like they're not going to show.
Interesting.
So it's like, it's one of those, I guess because it's a civil case, like, you can't be subpoenaed to, like, force you to show up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, because apparently they were both, I know Elon Musk was in a relationship with her for a while, but I don't know what James Franco's deal is, if he's her friend or they used to mess around or what. But, it's just funny, Amber's defense is requesting that they come and testify on her behalf, and they're probably not even going to show up.
I mean, look who they're showing up for.
Yeah, who may show up for Johnny Depp, though, it looks like, in the near future.
Who?
Paul Bettany, a.k.a. Vision.
Whoa.
Yeah, apparently they're really tight and good friends.
Apparently so.
And they hang out, like, all the time. So, and that would be interesting because, of all the actors that I kind of, not personally know, but know from watching them in interviews and things like that, Paul Bettany seems like a very intelligent man. So he might have some beans to spill. Who knows?
No?
But we'll see what happens. Speaking of Elon Musk, that was a good segue. Your boy. That's Cousin Boomer's boy right there, Elon Musk.
That's the homie right there.
Yeah, so Matt, your boy, he said he was going to buy Twitter. Today, it became official as of 6 or 7 hours ago or whatever it was.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
What was it? $44 billion?
I saw $44 billion.
I would love to tweet the man and just be like, hey, could I get like a milli so I can pay for paramedic school? To see if
yeah.
Be down.
I mean, he might do it. You should give it a shot.
Who knows? It'd be kind of tight.
Yeah, who knows?
It'd be kind of tight.
But what are your thoughts on him finalizing a deal to make Twitter 100% his and 100% private?
I think it's a pretty good move, personally. I know Elon Musk is one of he's like a super freedom of speech guy. So
sure seems like it.
Yeah, the fact that he's going to take over arguably the biggest social media platform and promote more free speech, I think this is good. I think this is good. I'm curious to see what happens. I'm curious to follow the story a little bit here, because he bought it for a lot. It's like
it's a big company.
$54 change a share.
I mean, think about how many people have gotten in trouble on Twitter. That alone will let you know how big it is.
Oh yeah, a lot.
I mean, it seems like 90% of famous people's problems have happened because of Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Not because of Twitter, because they ran their own mouse on Twitter.
Yeah, apparently that's a huge problem.
Oh, it's been a problem for a long time, but you still should be allowed to do it. But I guess if you have a lot of money, you can't mouth off too much to where it gets you in trouble.
Right.
But they're not. That's that's not the reason why Elon Musk bought it. He bought it because, like you said, he seems to be like a big free speech guy. And Twitter has been notorious over the past 5 or 6 years for kicking people off of their platform.
Right.
And they seem to very heavily lean on kicking off people with a conservative point of view. Which, that's why all those, they tried to start that like Parler app, which was going to be like the anti-Twitter, and other things that tried to get up off the ground, but then Twitter just destroyed them on their way up. But yeah, it seemed like it was mostly conservative people that were silenced on Twitter. Speaking of that, this is actually a really good question. Do you think that once they finalize the deal and Elon Musk takes over, do you think they will allow Donald Trump to be let back on Twitter?
Oh, that's...
Yeah. He's probably the biggest one that was kicked off.
I think old Muskie over here might do it.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd be a little surprised. Sorry for the yawns. I'd be a little...
I don't know if I'd be surprised.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know. I think...
But it's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they might. I think they might let him on. You know? They might bring old Donald. They might bring old Donnie back.
Donald.
El Donorino, dude.
The Teflon Don.
Protect what you're on, because nothing sticks.
Nothing well, you can't stick stuff to that guy. I mean, that guy. You know what I
Teflon
used
Don.
to? I mean, and let us be clear: like, neither of us support Donald Trump. Neither of us really support any party. I don't know about you. Can't really speak for you, but I hate both parties that we have in this country, and I don't subscribe to either of them. But the whole Donald Trump thing, when he was, and not only when he was running for president, but also when he was in office, it seemed like everyone was like, how could someone like this be our president? And, he can't, we want him to be more, what was the main thing they said? We want him to be more presidential. And, like, it's like, well, a guy got voted in who used to just own casinos and properties and walk around as a disgusting playboy for 50 years of his life. So when they try to smear him, like, he bangs a porn star, or he gets caught, saying that, grab him by the what, it's like, that shocks you. It's
That's
shocking that
me.
that came out of this man's mouth, who's been living like Hugh Hefner for 50 years.
Yeah.
That's what I never got about that. It's like, oh my god, this is terrible. It's like, he he's been acting like this for 50 years. You think he's just going to change all of a sudden because he became the president?
Nope.
Like, I never understood that.
He ain't changing.
Oh no, he's not. But I really hope he doesn't run again, though, because I mean, that was a very interesting 4 years, but that was a goofy experiment that doesn't need to come back,
Right.
in my opinion. Who else did it? Do you know anybody else big that they banned off Twitter?
I have no idea. I don't uh
Oh, I know.
I don't normally use Twitter. Like I think I like just remade
I
a
don't use
Twitter
Twitter at
recently.
all. I just hear about all the, because it's always like celebrities or politicians, or somebody that poops in a bed that gets in trouble on the Twitter all the time.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But I do know one other person that he's also a conservative guy that stirred up a lot. But you know who Alex Jones is?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I do.
he was kicked off Twitter like a long time ago. But do you think he will be allowed back on Twitter since Musk is in charge?
That one I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
confirm.
that's a tough one. I would put my money
Definitely
on
not
no.
confirmed.
If I had to be a betting man with the Donald, I'd probably say yeah. But I mean, because that's a bad look kicking off a former president.
Yeah.
But Alex Jones, I don't know. I mean, that guy is outrageous, nutty, and hilarious at times. I guess you could say the same about Donald Trump, but Alex Jones in particular with that. I mean, Alex Jones sounds like a wrestling promoter.
Yeah, he's got one of those names.
Yeah, but he's one. I'd be hard pressed to know any big time liberal minded people that got kicked off Twitter. Do you know anybody like who would be considered a liberal minded person that got kicked off of that platform?
Dude, honestly, no idea. I really
Whoa.
other than this whole Elon Musk thing because it's the boy.
Uh huh.
I don't generally. I'm generally non-versed in this stuff, but like I'm excited to see
Well,
where this
that's why
chat.
we do this, Matt, because we don't know. We're just asking questions,
Yeah, exactly. And who knows?
and we
Maybe
do
the
this
man can
every
inform us.
Sunday or Monday night, just because we like talking about stuff.
Yeah, I think honestly, now that I keep like reading quotes and articles and stuff about this whole Twitter thing, I think Elon might bring them back because like I don't know, the man just seems like he's very supportive you know, I don't know. He just seems like he's gonna open the floodgates a little bit. Like, listen to these quotes. Like,
Okay.
a couple quotes is like, "Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated." I'm pretty
Mm.
sure. I'm pretty sure old Stephanie tweeting a picture of a salad or something is not the vital to the futures of humanity. But this, I think he might open up the floodgates here a little bit. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. This
Yeah,
man is,
I
I
remember
don't
that
know.
that Twitter quote's from like 2 weeks ago. But you know what's funny about those quotes is one, in regarding the first quote, I disagree. I think Twitter is a poison to humanity. And the second one he said it's, what was the second? Read that one to me again.
Let me scroll back up to it. Where is it? Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it.
Yeah. So the first one, in my view, Twitter is a poison to humanity, not a benefit. And in the second one, it has enormous potential, but to destroy humanity if it hasn't already. Those are my views because I absolutely
Yeah.
can't stand Twitter.
Oh,
I mean,
here's a
good
good
for.
one.
It's not like I'm like, oh, good job, Elon. Like you bought the biggest poison in the world. Like I do think that, even though I would never, I probably will never get a Twitter. I think it's a great thing that he's got it now, and he's going to make it private. So it's going to be out of the hands of these, you know, corporate yes men who've been running that platform for all these years.
Yeah, I'm curious.
It's gonna be interesting.
Listen to this one. This is from. This is um. This is a good one right here.
Hit me.
Um. This is from Bridget Todd. She's a director for some women's right organization.
Bridget Todd.
Yeah, it's very, I don't know, white people name. Anyway, um, there it goes. Without any conditions for Musk to purchase Twitter, the platform's community standards and recourse to ban users who violate these standards, Twitter could set a dangerous precedent for other social media companies to follow. This is a massively slippery slope. So she thinks that this whole Elon Musk buying Twitter thing, she thinks that he is going to open the floodgates and that it's going to cause other people that have banned these people from the havoc of sorts, wreak havoc of sorts. Like, I think
That was not a sound distortion. That was Matt yawning.
that was me on it. It's for to break the fourth wall a little bit. We're recording this at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
on going into Tuesday because we are horrible at our job here.
Yeah. Yeah, we
It's
suck at
called
this.
it's called Case of the Mondays, and we started recording on Tuesday, and
Yep.
we're gonna drop it on Tuesday.
Yeah, we really suck at this
We really
podcast
gotta
stuff.
we really gotta get this straight. I mean, Sunday's such an awkward day to record, though. You know,
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I like recording on Monday night better. Maybe we'll change it to
it's a very
Case of the
awkward day.
Tuesdays.
I like recording Case of. Yeah, we're gonna create a whole new expression, Case of the Tuesdays.
Yeah. It's
But
got a nice flow to it anyway. But yeah, continue.
I was just saying, like it. She might be right in the whole creating a dangerous precedent thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. Trump is still in the hot seat right now. Did you hear about this one? There's a U.S. judge in this whole Donald Trump. I don't know if it's treason or if it's like there's some big lawsuit going on with the United States versus Trump. And
Yeah, I don't know. It probably has to do with that January 6th mess.
it's like a legal debate in New York. Listen to this. A U.S. judge has held former President Donald Trump in contempt for failing to turn over files for an investigation into his business practices.
Yeah.
So this judge is holding Trump in permanent contempt of court until he pays the fine, or until he actually complies with the orders by the judge. So this judge is charging Trump $10,000 a day until he turns over this paperwork.
Well, what paperwork is it?
It's something about there's files on Trump for like this investigation into his business practices.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. The court holds Donald Trump in contempt after he missed a March deadline to present certain documents. Trump's lawyers say he's going to appeal, and that's a lot. I mean, it's not a lot of money for Trump, but that's a lot of that.
I mean, it'll add up.
10 days is $100,000. 100
and
days.
He lives in New York.
$100 million. Yeah, 100 days is $1 million. But I mean, if you think about that, like 100 days is $1 million, and then you take 1,000 of that, and that's $1 billion. Then you're gonna start denting Trump's. But that's a lot of days. Like
that's a weird story.
I don't know. I think it's I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the news right now.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on everywhere.
Again, to break the fourth wall, I kind of just Google world news before this podcast goes on, and I find interesting stories because we don't necessarily have a general direction for this channel, other than us just kind of like seeing.
And I don't really want one. I mean, do you really want to turn this podcast into like a something that has a formula every time?
A topic specific? No, I would not.
Yeah, no, that's no fun.
That's not fun. I like being able to jump around. I like to be able to talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And I like to be able to talk about sports and stupid stuff and Santa Claus and all that stuff.
Yeah.
By the way.
Exactly.
By the way, remind your kids, Santa Claus is not real.
Yeah, Santa Claus is not real. Do not teach your children that nonsense.
And any parent.
You know what I learned? I did learn though because of my UK followers that he's not called Santa Claus in the UK. He's called Father Christmas.
Father Christmas?
Yeah.
Who is Father Christmas? That's Santa Claus right there. I mean, it doesn't matter because he's not real, but
it's the same guy, just different name.
Still, he's not real.
Well, he's still not real. Yeah.
Father Christmas. Get out of here with Father.
What do you think? I can't decide what's more offensive: Santa Claus not being real, or the Elf on the Shelf nonsense.
I don't know. Elf on the Shelf is creepy.
Elf on the Shelf is terrifying.
Elf on the Shelf seems like.
If I was a kid, that elf would give me nightmares.
He's creepy looking.
Yeah, he looks like a rapist Pinocchio.
Jeez, wow, okay. That's a comparison. But
you like that one?
I don't know. I'm not Santa's not real.
No, he's not.
Exist. I like how we brought this back up from the original episode. For those who have been following.
I know. You're just trying to work me up. You want me to go into another rant.
I don't want you to go into another rant. It's too late for
I'm like breaking the fourth wall again. That's the third time. Doing this podcast right now. I'm actually not sitting up. I'm like laying down in my chair. I'm just relaxing.
I was laying down.
So I don't even think you could work me up right now because I'm literally like my arms are around the back of my head, just laying here.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about the French election at all?
Hell no.
Hell no. It's a good answer. It's a good answer.
I don't want to talk about that. I know it's Macron and the field. Whoever else is out there. But, I guess it's Macron won again.
I mean, at least it's something that Americans and Brits can agree on. We don't like French people. I don't know about French people. We don't like France. I don't like France. I don't want to like France. They look at egg. They look at snails and they're like, "Those would be really good in my mouth." Like, no, that's gross.
What the hell was that?
I don't mind French people, but
what the hell was that? I'm pretty sure I have a couple listeners from France. Mr. Matt.
They eat snails. They eat snails. So I'm sorry. That's weird. It's odd.
Have you ever had escargot?
I've had it one time. And it tastes like snails.
Oh,
No,
you probably got, dude. You probably just got the snail like right out of the shell.
you're not going to sell me on escargot, my guy. You're not. You can bark up
That's
that
because
tree,
you
but
probably haven't had good escargot. I mean, look, I'm
you
not
like
like,
you like
stop,
snails,
stop, stop, stop. I'm not a huge escargot fan, but I have had really good escargot before, so I know that escargot can be really good.
gross.
It's not one of those things where I like literally go around and like somebody's got to have escargot. Somebody's got give it to me, give it to me. It's not like that. It's just like if I see that it's on the menu, usually I pass over it, but every once in a while I'll be like, I'll try it just to see if it's good.
Brian,
And so it really, especially Aruba, because I've been there like 20 times, which me and the Queen are actually going there again in June. But
Brian,
escargot is actually the escargot in those restaurants in Aruba. Oh my god, they're amazing.
Brian,
Yeah,
gross.
dude. So what? They're snails. Do you like
You can't.
calamari?
I don't know if you can convince me.
Do you like calamari?
Decent,
Decent.
decent.
Yeah, it's squid.
I don't think squid is as bad as snail. I don't know. Squid is. I feel like squid is
Oh
more
my god,
commonly
Queen
eaten.
Boober's Queen Boober's gonna love this because you know what we call each other?
What?
Dirty little snails.
Dirty little. Why? What?
We own a several fish tanks, and for a little while we had a puffer fish in one of the fish tanks. But the food that you're supposed to give this particular puffer fish was snails because they have these beaks that they chew their food with, and the only way you can keep them ground down because like they continue to grow, and if they get overgrown, it's like almost impossible for them to swallow food. So you have to give them snails, so they can grind their teeth down on the snail shells to keep them from getting too long. And we had for like a couple months we had a separate, very small snail tank that we kept all the snails in to feed the pufferfish. But the pufferfish died after like a month.
Damn.
Yeah, he had like some kind of disease. We were actually worried we were gonna have to quarantine him, so he would keep the stuff away. He had like this like white film all over his body that he got within a couple weeks, and we thought we were gonna have to quarantine him and like get him out of the tank and put him in like a small separate tank. In order to save him, we gave him medication, but then he ended up dying anyway. So,
You bought
but
pufferfish medication?
no, it was like we went to the store and he knew what it was, and he was like, "You give this to him, and like after like a week, it'll go away." But like, we got the medication and we put the medication in once, and then the next day we found him dead.
That guy killed your puffer.
No, 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 no. These
And
people are these
that guy
people are
killed
great. We go to them for everything. These people are so knowledgeable
well, if you ever need them to
about
off
stuff.
another, if you ever
But the
need them to
whole
off
the whole
another,
reason I told that story was because we ended up having this separate tank with all these snails in them, and Callie hated the tank because she said it smelled really bad. So started calling her a dirty little snail just as a joke, and at first she hated it, but now she loves it.
interesting.
Yeah. But we don't have the snail tank anymore. We turned it into a beta fish tank, and we put all the snails into one of the other tanks that I set up, and they actually did really good in there until I have what this thing. It's called a rainbow shark. It gets about 6 inches long, and he ate all of the ramshorn snails, which were the bigger ones, which was very interesting. But there was two different types of snails. There were the ramshorn snails and the bladder snails. The bladder snails are like very, very small, but the ramshorn snails are like as big as like I guess a quarter.
Okay.
And this rainbow shark, because they were all in there at once, and they were doing great. And then like a month went by, and then all of a sudden, all these ramshorn snail shells started showing up empty, right where the rainbow shark likes to hang out. So we were like, "Up." He developed an appetite for him.
I got a good one for you if you want to hear it.
What?
Have you heard anything about Mike Tyson recently?
Yeah, that video of him on the plane.
Yeah, Mike Tyson kicked the crap out of somebody.
Well, I mean, he didn't kick the crap out. I mean, he smacked the hell out of him.
Hey,
But it was,
sometimes.
yeah. But do you think that guy deserved it?
Oh no, of course he did.
That guy was throwing things at him and like wouldn't leave him alone.
Yelling at him. He was belligerently yelling at him while he was drunk, and then threw a water bottle at him.
Yeah, I mean, he threw other things too.
Yeah.
This guy was like This guy was looking for him to provoke Mike Tyson to do something like that, to try to sue him for,
Yeah, but he also picked heavyweight world champion.
I know.
Mike Tyson. Like, pick like a scrawny celebrity like Pete Davidson.
Dude, it is literally the equivalent of trying. You go to a safari and there's a sleeping tiger on the ground with his mouth open, and you get out of the Jeep and put your head in his mouth and try to take a picture while he's sleeping.
It's like what? It's like an ant trying to pull a prank on an anteater. Like this guy is made to kick the crap out of people.
You are literally trying to provoke one of the most dangerous human beings that has ever walked the earth.
And guess what? He provoked him pretty good.
Yeah.
And he got his ass beat.
Well, he didn't get his ass. He didn't even have any like bruises or anything.
You know what? Hey, let me
tell you something. We've all seen Mike Tyson throw punches. Mike Tyson hit him with the lightest of the tappy taps with those punches.
With the tappy taps.
With the taparoo.
Little taparoo. But, he deserved it.
He probably Mike Tyson. I mean, like with the way that guy acted, Mike Tyson should have roundhoused his ass.
Yeah,
he should have unleashed the fire and brimstone into his punch when he hit that idiot. What an idiot!
He picked the worst person. Like, pick some nobody, or like pick someone that doesn't look like they can fight. Don't pick heavyweight champion.
Yeah, pick Johnny Depp.
I don't know. I feel like Johnny Depp can throw it out. Do you think Johnny Depp can fight? Probably not.
He's probably scrappy as hell, actually.
He's
like almost 60 years old at this point.
He seems a little squirrely. Like in his heyday, he's even a little squirrely.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Mike Tyson is like in his 50s now too. But guess what? Mike Tyson just fought somebody 2 years ago. Not even. It was probably a year ago or however long it was.
All right, go ahead. Mike Tyson has been
I'm
training for literal decades to fight people. He couldn't have.
But he just fought Roy Jones like a year ago, or like whenever it was.
Yeah,
this guy is in great shape.
Yeah,
and he's still one of the most dangerous. He's still one of the most dangerous human beings alive. And 30 years ago, he's one of the most dangerous human beings who's ever walked the face of the earth.
Yet they're still gonna poke the bear, which I don't know.
Yeah, he was trying to get a quick buck. I mean, and he didn't think it out real well because apparently he's not getting anything out of it.
Yeah, he quite literally could not.
But I will put a lot of money. If I was a bet man, I would put a lot of money on this. This isn't the last you've heard of it.
I mean, he literally picked the worst possible person to pick a fight with. But
well, people do dumb things all the time.
I don't think we've seen the end of it either.
Yeah, I think the guy would have had a lot more success if he decided to defecate in Mike Tyson's bed.
We're just gonna do that. We're just gonna keep talking about that, huh? Just gonna keep using that. Hey,
it's one of the funniest things you've ever heard in your life. Tell me it's not.
That's your judgment I'm a good or bad person. I say
Are you yawning, or
really bad.
is that your Donald Trump impression?
That one was me yawning.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I'm a little sleepy.
Let me tell you something. I know all about defecating in people's beds. I used to do it all the time. And you know what? I'm great at it. Okay? Nobody can defecate like me.
That man's 70. That man's like 70 something years old. He probably does shit in his bed.
He probably wears a diaper.
Yeah, he probably does.
Yeah, I really hope he doesn't run again. That crazy experiment, that was enough. And it wasn't even. It's not even because like I personally hate him. It's just like I don't like the way it turned. It made everyone else act around us. You know what you know what I mean? With the
I mean,
hello, Matt.
I, I thought you cut out on me.
Oh no, I thought you cut out on me. I stopped talking for like 10 seconds.
I was like, I thought you cut out on me. All right. Oh, hello. I'm still here. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I was gonna add to your point. I don't, I don't like Trump. I make that very well known. I'm also not the biggest fan of Biden. I think they could have picked somebody a lot better. I've gone on record multiple times saying the same thing, that there are well over 300 million people in America, and these are the best two people that we could have possibly picked. Like, no shot. I'm one of those like I don't know. I don't like them. I don't really like any of them, to be honest. I haven't liked a presidential. I don't know if I've liked a presidential candidate at all in my entire life. Like, I like Bernie Sanders, but like his goals are not possible. They're not feasible. And I mean, I liked Obama, I guess. Eh, I I don't know. I'm not crazy on a bunch of the people that we've had. I'd never liked Trump.
I liked Obama at first, but not at the end. No.
Yeah, I don't like. I never liked Trump. I never liked Biden. I hate Kamala Harris. I don't like her. I don't like Mike Pence.
Who does like her?
No one. I don't think Kamala Harris likes Kamala Harris. I don't think her husband likes her. But that being said,
How do you feel about what if Ron DeSantis runs? How do you feel about him?
I don't know if I'd vote for him or not. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know if he's got it. I don't know if he's got it in him. I don't know
Well,
if he's
a
got
lot of
it in
people
him.
a lot of people here like him. I mean, we live in his state.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I don't necessarily hate Ron DeSantis. I think he's got some very short-sighted goals that need to be fixed, or short-sightedness that needs to be fixed. But that being said, I don't know. I think it's a whole thing. I like him as a governor. I don't know if I like him as a president. I don't know.
Well said.
Thank you. I thought so too.
So that was Matt saying he likes him as the governor, but he doesn't know if he'd like him as the president.
Thanks for repeating.
I just wanted to say it again because I completely agree with that.
Fair enough.
I like most of the stuff he's done in the state of Florida. I mean, it was nice living here during that COVID stuff, that's for sure.
Oh my God, yeah, because we were.
I mean, could you
allowed
imagine
to do
living
whatever
in New
we
York
wanted.
City or Los Angeles or some of these where they had those wacky setups they had?
Yeah, that sounds awful. Let me tell you.
Yeah. So that was nice, but yeah, I as a president, I don't know because that's a whole nother ball game.
Right. Agreed.
But yeah, anything else you want to touch on before we wrap it up, bud?
Amber Heard pooped in Johnny Depp's bed.
Yes, she did.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay, to all you ladies out there who want to keep your man, do not defecate on his side of the bed. Or anywhere other than a toilet, for that matter. Because you will be judged accordingly.
I don't get why that's her move. That's a hell of a move to pick. But I don't
Probably
know,
because
man.
she's insane.
Yeah, I would agree.
Listening to those audio tapes, I mean, like, I mean, Johnny Depp's not perfect, but she every time she just sounds completely insane.
Yeah, it's all a little much, I would say.
She sounds like she's been given everything since she was born.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like Johnny has actually had like, I don't know if he was poor, but he definitely wasn't rich at all. But he's, he had a rough, not like super rough, but kind of a rough childhood.
Right. I kind of feel for the guy, man. I feel for
It
the
sounds
guy.
like, because, watching this trial, you get backgrounds from, you get a sense of a background from both of them. And it sounds like Amber Heard, like her family just gave her everything since she was born. And then she gets more ambitious as she gets prettier and then just wants everything. That's how I view it. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know these people personally, but from just watching this hilarious trial unfold, it's just you get the. It's like raising the curtain and seeing behind the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of some of the things that goes on in these people's lives, which is it's fascinating and horrifying at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's wrap this up. This was. Should we call you Cousin Boomer from now on?
If you want to call me Cousin Boomer,
why not? We got a couple of people who commented on the last podcast we did that said that, yeah, Cousin Boomer in the house.
Hell yeah! I'm glad I made the family.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the family will continue to grow and grow.
Who knows?
So yeah, I hope you guys had fun listening to us not have a clue on what we're doing, or I mean the production value of this podcast is about 5 cents.
This was a very misguided episode.
It was, but we really only talked about like 2 or 3 things.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean it's getting real late, and I need to stop this and go to bed. So.
Agreed.
And judging from how many times you've yawned, you'd probably agree with me, right?
Yeah, I'm a little sleepy.
Yeah. Well, all right, all you boomerites and muppets and boomerangs, whatever you want to call yourselves, thank you for listening, and we will see you next time. You'll see more videos coming up this week. And once again, the reason for not posting as many videos is because I've been taking some time off. And yeah, but now I got to get back to work. So you guys will see a lot more soon. And thank you for listening. We'll see you next time on Case of the Mondays. Say goodbye, Cousin Boomer.
Bye, Cousin Boomer.
Thanks a lot.